Test, test, test. And we're live. What's going on, everyone? Let me get these audio levels right for you. Test. All right, y'all. You know, just looking at some property in El Salvador. We also got Creole on the line too. He's gonna hop in here a little bit as well tonight.
Hey. Happy Friday. Lovely people in the Untwisting the Game community.
All right, y'all, I'm gonna finish making my drink real quick, and then we'll get into some subscribers and some comments as well.
What you sipping on over there?
So I got some rum right now.
Oh.
Coconut Cartel rum. So I told y'all last week I went to New Mexico, and in Santa Fe I had the best coconut drink I've ever had in my entire life. I guess you could call it a pina colada. Isma, what's up? What's up? I guess you could call it a pina colada of some sort, but it was the best coconut alcoholic drink I've ever had, and I tried recreating it earlier this week with a little bit of success. I still need to work on it, but I have some Coconut Cartel rum left, and right now, like, if y'all know me personally, I like to mix weird stuff. I like weird flavors and stuff like that, but I'm trying, like,
This is true.
yeah, I'm trying coconut water right now. I just ran by the gas station and grabbed some coconut water to mix with this, but really you should use like coconut milk, you know. Then I have a little bit of pineapple too.
I'm over here. I'm sipping on the Woodford Reserve with a dash of ginger beer.
Okay.
It's been a long week, and I'm actually glad to see you back online, Michelle. For those watching, for Michelle's birthday, she likes to enjoy herself for multiple weeks.
As it is deserved. Thank you.
And I'm glad to be back as well, to be honest. My wife is opening up a cafe here in Santa Monica, so life has been busy the past 3 weeks, for sure.
Yeah.
If I hear the word cafe one more time, I might drive off the Santa Monica Pier.
Yeah, but I know that weather is just gorgeous in California right now. So
Always.
yeah, it's actually a little bit hot and humid here in Texas today, and I'm in a sweatshirt because at this point I rarely leave home unless it's for a very good reason. But
And you are right, the weather is beautiful out here in Santa Monica, but I will say, I paid $72 to fill my tank up the other day. So
wow, yikes!
Yeah, you pay for the weather.
Right.
But there's no inflation, right?
Oh, I've been watching a lot of content. If you're in the Discord, and you know I'm going to plug the Discord because I love our Discord. I love the community that we're building. Everyone is just super awesome in here. We've been sharing a lot of information on inflation. As you can see here, the Real Comeback Kid, awesome contributor to this Discord, shared something on inflation. Pomp, he kind of went off in this video, rightfully so. And if we go over here to the wealth channel, I actually recently shared some stuff over inflation as well. So, y'all definitely come into this Discord. It's not just about crypto. We're having, wealth talks, big money talks, legacy talks in here. We're sharing a lot of different information just on wealth in general. So, there was one thing that I shared in here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, it's actually...
I did watch the 15 signs you're in the middle class. They kind of hit hard.
Yeah. Yeah. That one hits different. This podcast is crazy that the image isn't showing, but it's on inflation. I think it was by an NPR podcast or something like that. But anyway, but yes, this 15 signs you're in the middle class, that one hits super hard. Just a lot of cool stuff in here. Like I said before, if you want to stay updated on what we're doing, join the Discord. Everyone is contributing, sharing information. Again, a lot of stuff has been going on with Polkadot. And I have a lot of content to push out for that. Especially this damn Darwinia video, Creole.
Still waiting on that. I think I filmed that probably 40 days ago.
Right, and it was, I think, the only thing you've filmed in a while as well. So we definitely want to.
We're gonna get back
the one time you contribute to the YouTube channel.
It's been busy.
But no, I'm in the process. I'm literally having to go frame by frame and mask out his balances. He should have made a new account. But now I'm going back through and masking out all of his account information. So it is coming. It is in the works.
And I told Michelle I would refilm it if she would pay my gas fee. I'm still waiting on that deposit.
But see, really, you owe me that gas fee for editing the video in the first place. But we'll save that for later. We'll have that discussion later. But yeah, as you can see, we keep all this stuff updated. So much stuff going on with Polkadot right now. Trying to keep up is really a full-time job. So we have 7 people watching right now. Let's check out the chat. Isma and Splash of Cranberry. Okay. It's too hot, looking like a lobster. Just No Vlog, glad to have you back here. I know you were on the last live stream. I'm glad you're back. Your skin is glowing today. Of course it is. Come on. Michael Swain, do you think ADA is a good buy at 145? I think personally for me, yes. The short answer, yes. $1.45 is a steal.
And Michael, you have to realize where blockchain technology is going, okay? I know people want to make a quick buck, cash out, and go right back into the euro or the USD, American dollar, but that is not the long-term play here. Cryptocurrency is the future, and there are just a handful of currencies that I will be buying until the day that I die. That will be Bitcoin, Cardano, and Polkadot.
Yeah.
Just to name a few. These are going to be the pillars of the future of the world financial system. And then when you think about the interest that you can make off of Cardano, treat it like a savings account that will multiply by 10, that will multiply by 100 throughout your lifetime.
Right. $1.45 is a steal. You gotta. Cardano is such a long-term play that it's crazy. Dollar cost average in, like Digital Asset News was saying, just buy once a week, once every 2 weeks, dollar cost average in, and slowly over time, you're going to continue to build that and also minimize any sort of major, you may buy at 145 during the bear market that may eventually happen. You may be buying at a $1.15 or something, whatever it is, just dollar cost average in. Don't even think about the price. And that also makes me think about someone hit me up on Instagram, and y'all, if y'all don't follow me on Instagram, hit me up on Instagram. My @ is in the bio at michelle.url. I don't really post a whole lot on that because I try to focus my attention on this YouTube, but I do post a lot of stories, and a lot of times I'm ranting or sharing information about crypto and wealth building, the economy and stuff like that. So definitely follow me on there. But someone hit me up on there and they were like, okay, here are my staking coins. Here are my coins. Should I be staking them? And I'm like, absolutely, stake. Everybody should be staking and getting a return on that crypto investment. I mentioned ADA, and the person said that they felt like they missed the ADA train, which I understand that feeling. I've definitely had that feeling in regards to some coins. But at the end of the day, especially with ADA, think long term. Dollar cost average in every month, every week, every couple weeks. In my non-financial advice opinion, you cannot go wrong with Cardano and ADA.
Right. And one of the many mottos of untwisting the game crypto is value over price. I tell you, the majority of my Cardano holdings, I was able to get below 2 cents. So it's really hard for me to buy Cardano at $1.50 right now, but I still do because I know where it's going and where it will be 5 to 10 years from now. So you just have to zoom out and just dollar cost average. Do not try to time the bull market. We have no idea what's going to happen. We have no idea who's going to tweak. We have no idea what country is going to adopt a currency. So dollar cost average.
Right. Don't even think about price. That's what I love about Big Pay. If you're probably familiar with him in the Cardano YouTube space, as he always says, price doesn't matter. It doesn't, because we're here for the long term, and success is inevitable. So real quick with the chat, and then we're going to do some shout outs. Just know I'm holding my USDT right now, waiting for the Bitcoin to break 40K. Then I'll deploy and buy. Solid plan. And one thing that we're going to talk about is our whys and why we're in this crypto space and why we go so hard in this space. As we've heard from a number of YouTubers, well-respected YouTubers, some, especially traders, are waiting for that confirmation around 42,000 before they start deploying their dry powder back into the market. Totally cool. If that is what is comfortable for you, do that. I have a little bit of a different approach, and I'll explain that. Probably we'll have a little kumbaya moment at the end of this. So remind us, Creole, we're going to have to remember to kind of talk about why we're here.
Yeah.
Michael, cool. Thanks, guys. Down for the DCA. DCA is the way to go. You cannot go wrong. I have never regretted dollar cost averaging. I have regretted aping. I have definitely regretted aping into positions, but I have never regretted dollar cost averaging. Okay, y'all. So let me turn these tunes up. We're going to get into some comments and some subscriber shout outs.
Let's do it.
Okay, so a few subscribers here. Blaine Falsetta, thank you so much for subscribing. Huong Shufen, thank you.
Oh yeah, I see we're over 300 subscribers right now. Bravo.
Yes, awesome. I can't wait until we reach that 1,000 subscriber mark, but hey, we'll get there. So a couple comments that we had. Francis, man, you kind of hurt my feelings here. Francis said five days ago on the last live, your music made it unbearable to listen. Francis, you kind of hurt me there. And I asked a real question here. I asked, was it the type of music or the volume? Because like I said, we like feedback. If you don't like the music, let us know. Doesn't mean I'm going to change the music, but you can still let us know. But especially in terms of like quality issues, if the volume's too low, if this, that, or the other is not giving you a good experience, let us know and we'll do what we can to fix it. Okay, what else here? Blaine Falsetta, who also subscribed, said great video. That was the Cardano Africa Deals Could Fail video. Thank you for that comment and thank you for subscribing again. And then we also have a lovely comment that we'll cover later in this live from Earl. Today on our What No One Is Saying About Cardano, our response video to Crypto Tips. He had a very interesting comment that we're gonna kind of talk about a little bit later. Okay. All right, so let's get into it, y'all. So like I said, subscribe. We got 7 people watching right now. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Go ahead and hit that like button. We really appreciate it. Join the Discord. We'd love to have you. So El Salvador, y'all. Now, I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all. Would I actually move to El Salvador? Probably not. You know, one thing that you learn as you start doing research on how to get the fuck out of America, you start learning the things you should be looking for in other countries that you may be interested in getting a citizenship or a residence, getting property, things of that nature. So El Salvador has some kind of social issues that, you know, I wouldn't be up for experiencing, but this is awesome. El Salvador accepting Bitcoin as legal tender, incredible. They do have some pretty cool properties. I mean, the weather is looking really nice, you know, laying poolside. Come on. What more could you ask for? So awesome news with El Salvador. I know they're really trying to be accommodating to crypto investors and Bitcoin holders. So love to see it. We can't wait to see. What was that?
This happened so quickly.
Yeah.
Let's just think, you know, we first got rumors of the news, a week ago? Less than a week ago? They passed legislation very quickly. And now they are using volcanoes to mine Bitcoin very quickly. It's no way the United States government could move this quickly on anything. So kudos to El Salvador.
Right. It did happen quick. I know everybody was like, hold up, let's not get too excited. Let's wait until it actually happens. It happened like the next day. So
and what's interesting, and Michelle and I discussed this, what you want to do, especially if you are a new investor in cryptocurrency right now, if you are following any type of crypto influencer online and they are doubting this El Salvador news, or they are saying negative things about this El Salvador news, then you need to rethink following them. because this is one of the most important pieces of information and really milestones that we have been a part of since we've been in the crypto community. So it doesn't matter which project is your favorite or which crypto that you follow. This piece of news of a country adopting Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency as legal tender, is huge for the entire industry and space. So just pay attention of which influencers are doubting this or saying something negative about this news, because you might want to click that unfollow, because this is huge.
Yeah, this is huge for the entire cryptocurrency space. How anybody sees it as anything other than that, than just a major advancement for the entire space, I don't know. I don't get it. But yeah, super cool news, and would love to see more countries jump on board. Okay, next we're gonna talk about. Okay, we're gonna come back to Kusama. Let me get this back where it needs to be. Okay. Okay, so Elizabeth Warren, bless her heart. Just the amount of misinformation, inaccuracy, falseness, fiction, what was just FUD was just astounding. So as she said here, and as we learned, she had a number of comments and some videos that came out about her perspective, her perspective led on false information. So basically what she said here, Bitcoin requires so much computing activity that it eats up more energy than entire countries. One of the easiest and least disruptive things we can do to fight the climate crisis is to crack down on environmentally wasteful cryptocurrencies. So we're going to get into some detail here, but one thing I want to do is just read Twitter's best responses to this. So so let's go down.
The internet
here.
never fails.
Never fails. Dang, I think my highlights went away. Okay, well, so Michael Saylor, we finally have the technology with Bitcoin to empower billions of poor and working class people with property rights, economic security, and freedom from financial repression by the state and institutions. The fact that we use electricity to do this should be the least of your concerns. So I do want to say one thing about Michael Saylor. He is so good at saying the key points for the particular audience. As we know, he was on Sean Hannity? Did I say that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He actually killed that interview with Sean Hannity. If you haven't seen it, definitely Google and YouTube Sean Hannity, Michael Saylor. And I'm not a huge Sean Hannity fan, but Michael Saylor was excellent in this interview. Yeah,
he absolutely nailed it, and he knew exactly what to say for that audience. He's killing it. Like I said, he's earned his stripes. Okay, right here. Social media uses more electricity than Bitcoin. You could do more for climate change by not tweeting. Love that. And of course, we have. Go ahead.
Yeah, and let me just kind of butt in right here. When you see these cryptocurrency naysayers or doubters kind of question the energy usage of Bitcoin, I've engaged in several arguments in life and online about this. But at the end of the day, the majority of them just don't see Bitcoin as being valuable. So if you're engaging in an argument or a discussion, the first thing you have to do with this person is make them understand why Bitcoin exists and why it's valuable. A lot of times Americans and Europeans, we come to a disagreement because of a position of privilege, and they're not seeing how this technology is so useful for
Right.
third world countries and those less fortunate to have access to banking services. So if you can get them to realize that, then you can start attacking the energy FUD. But if they can't recognize the basic layer of why Bitcoin is valuable for humanity, then you just need to stop talking to that person.
Right. And again, basics. So as Peter McCormick says here, Bitcoin doesn't use any energy. Bitcoin miners use energy, which they buy from suppliers and the grid. It appears that your issue is certain forms of energy supply. Again, this is what was so crazy. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. It was kind of infuriating. I felt myself getting hot. And my blood pressure almost rising when I was watching these videos, because it's like the basics she was getting wrong, right? It's not even like an intellectual debate or this is my perspective and there's kind of nuance, and it's literally fact and fiction, and the basic facts that she was getting wrong in her statements.
Yeah, and she said quite a few things that were very inaccurate. And I don't know if you saved this particular quote, but she was talking about how each transaction used as much power as a single-family household for a month. That's not true, right? Right? Because in each block that's produced every 10 minutes, there's an average of about 2,000 transactions in each block. And each transaction can have multiple payments. So, again, the very fundamentals she did not understand or address. Obviously, she hasn't done any research on it.
Zero. Again, that's how crazy this was, because even just a slim amount of research would debunk everything that she was saying. So it's obvious that she did no research. Someone handed her some cards on what to say, and she just said that. And it's just absolutely unacceptable. And like I said on my Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I don't care what side you're on. I don't care if you're conservative, progressive. To be quite frank, I'm so beyond that at this point. But the fact of the matter is, we have to start calling a spade, no matter what side you're on. Wrong is wrong. Fact is fact. Fiction is fiction, right? And as I said on my Instagram, when you get facts wrong, you're either one of two things. You're either ignorant and misinformed, or you're a liar. That's it. Those are the only two options when you get facts wrong. And as the real comeback kid, he messaged me and he was like, technically you're both, which is true, right? But there's something about being like blatantly a liar that is just so fucking gross, especially in this context. So yeah, like I said, you can pick which one Elizabeth is in this scenario. But and this picture went around. If we're going to start moralizing energy use, perhaps we should start by using Zoom instead of private jets. Gotta love it.
And you know, this is so funny because if you've been in the space for a while, a lot of this has already been predicted. If you're new, I would recommend right now going to Andreas Antonopoulos' YouTube page and just start watching his videos, because he predicted all of everything that's happening 6, 7, 8 years ago. So with politicians, they're going to learn very quickly not to attack Bitcoin. Okay, why? Because it's estimated that 35 to 40 million Americans own some type of cryptocurrency. And there was a study done showing that those Americans who own cryptocurrency are most likely one issue voters. So, again, Elizabeth Warren got so much backlash on this. She will think twice before posting a video attacking Bitcoin. And Michelle and I were talking right before this. This kind of reminds us, Michelle, there was a piece of legislation presented called the Stable Act, I believe by Rashida Tlaib.
Yeah.
So much misinformation in her legislation. She got ripped apart on Twitter, ripped apart online, and she went somewhere and sat down. So we expect after this backlash that Elizabeth Warren won't say the name Bitcoin out of her mouth for quite some time.
Right. And, again, what was that?
Oh, it's the cyber hornet.
Again, everybody isn't perfect. There is so much misinformation out here that sometimes it is hard to know what is real. But at the end of the day, there's absolutely no excuse for an elected official, a politician, someone with this amount of celebrity. People are actually listening to her. And so in that case, there's no excuse, period. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? There really is just an,
I didn't mean to cut you off there, but one thing that is very interesting, and I want to see how it plays out, is, when I first got involved into cryptocurrency, I thought Democrats would have been on board a little bit more promoting cryptocurrency, but it's actually Republicans that are starting to embrace Bitcoin. You look at the state of Wyoming, you've got a Republican governor, Republican Senate up there. You look at the state of Florida, the mayor of Miami has embraced Bitcoin. And even you look at the state of Texas, the governor recently announced some legislation that was passed that was pro-Bitcoin. So that's very interesting, and we're going to see how it plays out and how long it takes Democrats to kind of understand the gravity and significance of cryptocurrency.
Right. So here was a chart comparing energy expenditure across monetary and banking systems. We went over these charts a couple of lives ago when the whole Bitcoin energy FUD started with Elon and Tesla. We all know the banking system used significantly more energy than Bitcoin, and I'm going to go to an article here in a second. Okay, so moving on. Also, Jack had some words as well. Useless, complicated math problems. Senator Warren, if you believe Bitcoin doesn't ultimately shift power from banks and corporations, the ones you fight, back to the people globally, you're right. Useless. If instead you want to help us decentralize that power, math is critical. Again, it's just the basics, just understanding the entire why Bitcoin was, I almost wanted to say created, but why it was founded in the first place, right? So some things that Senator Warren was talking about, she mentioned, actually, let me go to this article real quick. So there's this false narrative about, crypto being used for all these illicit activities. And this kind of goes back to something Yellen was saying. I think many cryptocurrencies are used, at least in a transaction sense, mainly for illicit financing. And I think we really need to examine ways in which we can curtail their use and make sure that anti-money laundering doesn't occur through those channels. So, false narrative. The majority of cryptocurrency is not used for criminal activity. Period. Point blank. According to an excerpt from Chainalysis 2021 report, in 2019, criminal activity represented 2.1% of all cryptocurrency transaction volume, roughly 21.4 billion worth of transfers. In 2020, the criminal share of all cryptocurrency activity fell to just 0.34%. 10
Wow.
billion in transaction volume. And as we
Wow.
can see, there in terms of ransomware, because I know that's a big topic right now, with the what was it, Creole? The
The
ransomware.
pipeline? Yeah.
Yeah.
Colonial pipeline.
Right. And so as we can see here, majority of this illicit activity is scams, which we're all extremely familiar with in this space. Is scams. And the other major part of that is dark net market. And so again, highly encourage, I'll leave these links below so you can look at this yourself. But at the end of the day, data is data.
And you know, let's be honest here. In this crypto industry and space, it's easy to get scammed, especially when you're a beginner or new to the space. That's why we always encourage people to reach out to those individuals in your life who have been in the space for a period of time to kind of help guide you. I know I've been scammed. I've been phished. You know, the first couple months that I was into the space, just because I didn't know. So definitely join the Discord and just ask questions to us, and we'll help you answer and help guide you along the way.
Right. Yeah, new unseasoned retail investors are definitely significantly more likely to fall for a scam. But once you've been here for a minute, you spot them like clockwork, right? You know what to look out for. But really, honestly, even if you're a new retail investor, all you have to do, and this is what is so fantastic about the cryptocurrency community, we tell you everything that you need to know, right? I can't say enough how every single YouTube channel says, watch out for the scams. There are total websites that dedicate themselves to scam alerts. There are total guides and articles and charts and infographics on how to not be scammed in this space. So at the end of the day, you know, we can sit here and say, oh, this person is new and maybe they're more subject to being scammed, but it's just about if you're doing the research or not and the due diligence. So the information is here. So just to read through a little bit more of this, and then we'll move on to some Kusama and Cardano. Okay, I see we have some comments in the chat. I'm going to get to the chat here in a second. Let's get through the rest of this. Elizabeth Warren. With quite a few people calling Warren a hypocrite on pretty much all the issues she mentioned, the environmental concern claim was one immediately jumped on, especially as she herself is using a private jet, with the cryptoverse arguing that there has been so much discussion on this already, and that this information can be relatively easily debunked. For example, contrary to what she stated, BTC transactions do not use extra electricity. Again,
exactly.
Basic. Okay. This is so basic. About 75% of miners use some kind of renewable energy, Cambridge studies show, while renewables account for less than 40% of the total energy use. So if we go over here, and I pulled an article specifically for this, a study from CoinShare analyzed the mining network and highlights the fact that the Bitcoin network gets 74.1% of its electricity from renewable sources, wind, solar, and hydropower and volcanoes. Okay, that one's gonna be added in. Okay, the exact numbers are not always precise and easy to find out because most of the miners want to remain anonymous. As they need more and more equipment, some miners are migrating to sustainable energy, mainly to reduce their costs and increase their profits. The estimated
Exactly.
right.
And it's an incentive. If you are a miner, and Michelle and I have mined in the past, it's an incentive for you to find the cheapest energy. And the cheapest energy is renewable energy, wind, solar power.
Right. The estimated global production costs of paper currency in 2014 were 5 terawatts per year and 10 billion liters of water, while the banking system alone is even consuming more energy than the Bitcoin network. Banking's energy costs are calculated around 100 terawatts per year. This is almost double that of Bitcoin. Okay?
Wow.
The banking system in terms of energy is almost double that of Bitcoin in terms of consuming energy. Indeed, banks need to run a lot of servers, branches, and ATMs to keep their system accessible to the public. And again, we already know this. 2 lives ago, I went, Pomp had a great, no, I don't think that was Pomp actually. There's actually a kind of an archive, if you go back 2 lives ago where we were talking about the whole energy FUD. There's an archive of articles that you can look at where they have charts, they have different viewpoints, and the chart shows it, that out of banking, out of even gold, I believe it was, Bitcoin still uses.
Gold mining.
Say that again.
And gold mining, and actually,
Right.
Americans spend more energy with Christmas lights each year than Bitcoin mining. So, do we cancel Christmas?
You know what I'm saying? Wow.
And,
Okay.
and also, studies have shown that as the Bitcoin network increases, it becomes more efficient. So again, just a basic. If Elizabeth Warren did a basic Google search, she would have, rebutted her own points here.
Basic. In a separate interview, Warren described the crypto market as a wild west. She went on to state that digital currency is not a good way to buy and sell things and not a good investment and an environmental disaster. Wow. Sam Trabucco, a quantitative crypto trader at Alameda Research, among others, replied that volatile asset equals not a good investment is a common fallacy. While it's likely not the best idea for retirees to put all their money into crypto, high risk, high reward is the typically best thing for young people to invest in, he said. So this is false. It's just 100% false, right? Saying that digital currency is not a good investment is false, because if we go to the king, if we go to the queen, Bitcoin, right? It is the best performing asset of the past decade.
It's actually the best performing asset in humankind. Since Adam and Eve.
What are you talking about? This is the basics. And I think I read something a while ago where Bitcoin, like 9 out of 11 years, is the best performing asset of the year or something like that as well. But here it says, look at the stats. Come on. Since 2011, Bitcoin's cumulative gains have exceeded 20 million%. far
Wow.
outpacing the cumulative gains of the NASDAQ 100 and U.S. large caps, which recorded returns of 541% and 282% respectively. On an
And again,
annualized
people new to the space keep asking me, is it too late to get into Bitcoin because it's performed so well in the past? No, because you have to look at the addressable market. The addressable market of Bitcoin is all of the money in the world. We're talking hundreds of trillions of dollars. We still have a long way to go before Bitcoin hits its prime. So you're not too late.
On an annualized scale, Bitcoin returned 230%, 10x higher than the NASDAQ 100, which was the second best performing asset class. But Elizabeth Warren says that it's not a good investment. The data shows otherwise. The charts show otherwise. Like, what are we talking about here? It's crazy that we're even having to talk about this on this live right now. Come on. Number one, Bitcoin is number one. Okay, and to finish this off, I'm just going to go over a couple of things that people said here. Oh, one more thing. Warren did also mention bringing in different relevant parties' opinions to these discussions, but notably, she was talking about different regulators, such as the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, and bank regulators, without mentioning anybody from the crypto industry itself. You can't make this up. Okay, so just a couple things real quick, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, Ben Hunt. Know what else uses as much electricity as a small country? Small countries. Frankly, it's outrageous that people Frankly, it's outrageous that people in Portugal use electricity at all, much less without a government agency telling them what an appropriate use of that electricity might be.
And
So,
this is the rabbit hole that we're going to be going down. Governments are the last barrier to great adoption of Bitcoin. And they're going to try to throw everything at cryptocurrency and try to fool and bamboozle you. But at the end of the day, when you understand how Bitcoin works, why it was created, the energy consumption is it's a good point about Bitcoin, because if you want to store $2 trillion, $5 trillion, $10 trillion securely, you want there to be a large barrier for security. So the more energy that Bitcoin uses, the more secure your money is. Now, we have to make a distinction between what type of energy is being consumed. And as Michelle pointed out before, over 70% of Bitcoin mining, which secures the blockchain, is used by renewable energy. And again, 0.1% of all of the world's energy is Bitcoin. 0.1% of all of the world's energy is used by Bitcoin. So when these fuzzers tell you Bitcoin uses too much energy, it's insignificant.
right. And so if Bitcoin uses as much electricity as a small country, then that means the banking system would use as much electricity as a big country?
It doesn't make sense. This is why Bitcoin has already won the argument. It's just going to take politicians and governments to finally admit that. They don't even know the basics or the rudimentary fundamentals, but Bitcoin has already won this argument because it's more efficient than Apple. Bitcoin is more efficient than Google. Bitcoin is more efficient than the current financial system. And as it grows, it will become more efficient.
All right, last piece here, and then we'll move on. If Senator Warren or any other politician gets their bank account frozen or becomes a victim of financial repression, they will start using Bitcoin. It's just a matter of time. This money network is neutral, doesn't discriminate, and is open to all. And you know what's crazy? In this video here, there's a gentleman in here that goes on to say, for Americans, for America, Bitcoin doesn't make sense. And again, that kind of that speaks to the level of privilege that you have. And it just goes to show, from my perspective, once you really understand why Bitcoin is here, and really it's not that hard to understand, right? You see why it is here. You see the purpose. You see the use cases. You see the importance of it, right? No matter if you're American or not, no matter if you're in the wealthiest portion of the world or if you're in the poorest, you see the value in it, period. So that just lets me know that these people haven't done even the basic of basic amounts of research to even understand why the inception of Bitcoin came about. Again, that's why it's kind of infuriating, because it's just so simple to pick up a book. It's simple to read the white paper, and if you don't, to not understand Bitcoin is to not understand the world around you. Period.
This is true.
Bitcoin.
And on this channel, on Twisting the Game, we cover Bitcoin, Cardano, and Polkadot. We're not Bitcoin maximalists, but we do believe Bitcoin is the ultimate store of value.
Right. But it's as I've said before, it's like the alpha and omega, right? Because like I said, to not understand Bitcoin is to not understand the world around you, period. Bitcoin is a contemporary masterpiece. It's a timeless masterpiece. It's a direct reflection of the times. So if you don't understand why it was created and why it was founded to begin with, then you do not understand the world around you. You do not understand the reality that you're living in, because the reality is,
and that's okay if you don't understand. I did post a video that lists of recommendations of books on the Bitcoin topic. We do suggest you go watch that video. And just, you're going to have to learn for yourself. You're going to have to expose yourself.
Right. And I guess it's just, I guess what gets me is just like, you would think, well, actually you wouldn't. I was about to say, you would think people in these high positions would get it, but actually I would take that back.
Let's move on to Kusama.
Yep. Okay, so Kusama,
we have been live for quite a while, so we have been sipping. So bear with us.
Mhm. And actually, let's hit some chats real quick. Okay, Christopher says, started to understand crypto in 2020. It's painful to buy Cardano because I was going to buy it at 15 cents and then 35 cents and then 72 cents. See where this is going. I bought some at 135, shaking my head. I've experienced it too. I know Creole has as well. At the end of the day, you can't get hung up on price. Now, if you're a trader, and again, let's get into this really quickly. There's a difference between someone who trades and someone who's investing long term. There's a book that I read. I can't remember the name of it, but when I read that book, it was the first time I really understood the difference between the mindset of a trader and the mindset of a long-term investor. As a trader, you do care about price. You do care about, a 72 cent Cardano versus a 135 cent Cardano. As a long-term investor, you have to envision the long-term success of that project and the potential increase in value and increase in price of that project, right? So if you're not actively trading, don't worry about prices. Price doesn't matter because you're here for the next 5, 10 plus years. And still 135 is a fantastic entry. So Blockchain Monkeys is here. Thank you, Blockchain Monkeys, for stopping by. Christopher says again, it makes you wonder how many other things she gets wrong. True. And as I said, we're all human. We get stuff wrong, but it comes to a point where if you're in a position of power and you're getting basic facts wrong, not acceptable, out of line. Just know vlog. Not only is there market manipulation, there's also psychological manipulation. Hodl your positions in the market no matter what. We're hodling. We're hodling.
Exactly.
Yeah, all this FUD, all this stuff that, these opinions and this, that, and the other, like, I don't care about it. Victor says, what do you think about ETH short term?
Let's talk about ETH.
So yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that a little bit later. But if you've been around this channel, you know that both Creole and we are short on ETH. As I've said, I'll speak for myself. In this bull run, if we continue to see all-time highs, I will be selling out of my Ethereum position. I do have a small amount of Ether that I have that I'll put in cold storage, save it for a rainy day. If it goes up, it goes up. Fantastic. If it doesn't, who cares? But I do not believe in ETH. I think there are other projects who are bringing a lot to the table and who are going to have half the amount of issues Ethereum has had. So I don't believe in the project. Therefore, I will be slowly, and I have been slowly removing myself, selling my position. That's me, Creole.
And let's back up a little bit, Victor. I hope you're still listening. So without a doubt, you will in your lifetime, probably this bull run, see a $10,000 Ethereum. In your lifetime, you may see a $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 Ethereum. Now, a $10,000 Ethereum right now is only less than a 5x. It's our belief that there's other projects out there, not financial advice, that will do very well, more than a 5x. And you should go back and listen to some of our older videos, and you can kind of understand where we're coming from with the Ethereum blockchain. And we can kind of touch this a little bit later. But, being in this space for 2 bull runs, and also kind of going a deeper dive and learning the history of Ethereum and Vitalik, compared to other blockchains, newer, more progressive blockchains, we think that Ethereum will die by 1,000 cuts, right? Just recently, there was a company, Sovereign, a coin, SOV, that announced they have DeFi on the blockchain. If you know your history about Ethereum, you know that they have pivoted quite a bit. First, they were going to be the world currency. Second, they were going to be the world's computer, and they have evolved their ethos along the way. Even we still don't know to this day when Ethereum 2.0 will launch.
If it
so
will.
You look at a blockchain that's completely reconfiguring everything about themselves in midstream of a bull run, and you look at other blockchains like Polkadot, Solana, Cardano, who really haven't changed their ethos. They know where they're going to go. If you research the founders of Ethereum, you'll see a co-founder of Ethereum created Cardano, Charles Hoskinson. You'll see a co-founder of Ethereum create Polkadot, Gavin Wood. And they both have the same type of thinking here, that what Ethereum was trying to become, they feel like they will never become that. So that's why they left Ethereum to create their own blockchain. So, again, Ethereum's going to be here for a long run. There will always be people who buy and hold Ethereum. But if you look at the use case, if you look at what Ethereum is trying to do, DeFi is the main Ethereum point right now. Bitcoin, there's going to be more money on Bitcoin DeFi than Ethereum DeFi. There's going to be more money on Polkadot DeFi than Ethereum DeFi. Cardano's doing something a little bit different, but all of these blockchains are about to suck liquidity out of Ethereum. Now, if you listen to other social media influencers, they are very bullish on Ethereum. And honestly, that's because they get paid in ads with Ethereum. They have large bags of Ethereum. We have bags of Bitcoin, Polkadot, Cardano, Ethereum, but we step back and have a more nuanced view of the entire industry. I know I spoke a lot right there, Michelle. Feel free to jump in, but I have a lot of thoughts about Ethereum. And then, Victor, what I want you to do is research the programming language of these different blockchains, okay? If you look at the programming language of Ethereum called Solidity, that creates the smart contracts, and don't get me wrong, Ethereum is leading in smart contracts right now. But if you look at the addressable market and who is left to be onboarded to the cryptocurrency industry, it's financial institutions. What programming languages do most banks, do most trading platforms use? It's Haskell is the programming language. Which blockchain implements the programming language Haskell? Cardano, right? So you have to look at where the hockey puck is going, not where it is right now. And please go listen to some of our past lives. We kind of lay out why we feel Cardano will surpass Ethereum in the long run for several different reasons. But definitely do your own research, because at the end of the day, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't.
You finished?
Yeah, I picked up my drink and started sipping. So yeah, I'm finished.
um, yeah. So short term,
Short term, it's going to go up.
yeah, short term,
It'll do a 5x by December.
right,
And we don't do price predictions here, but even if you listen to the Ethereum bulls, they say, oh, there's going to be a $10,000 Ethereum. Okay. If you listen to Cardano bulls online and look at the token metrics, you always want to look at the available supply and the max supply. One thing that we have an issue with Ethereum is that there's no solid governance, and we don't know the max supply of Ethereum, right? We don't. Vitalik doesn't know the max supply of Ethereum. So you have to look at every little piece of a blockchain and put it together. And at the end of the day, Cardano, when they release smart contracts, is going to be the more superior code than Ethereum 2.0. And we don't know when Ethereum 2.0 is going to be released.
right. And I think one thing that really, put the nail in the coffin for me on my decision to slowly get out of my ether position. I went on Kraken. I'll never forget this. I went on Kraken to stake my dot. And I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and look at what the ether staking on here is looking like. There was a disclaimer that said something to the degree, we don't know when ETH 2.0 will happen or if it will even happen at all. And that to me was one of the gnarliest things I have read in this space, that Kraken would even have to make a disclaimer saying, we don't even know if this is going to happen. We don't even know if ETH 2.0 is actually going to happen. But here's a disclaimer, just letting you know. So that was wild for me. That just really kind of put the nail in the coffin for me. But yeah, there's that. Moving on. Yeah. So, Kusama auctions, as we know, the first auction will be June 15th, 2021, June 22nd, 2021 for the period June 22nd, 2021 through May 13th, 2022. Okay. So on the site, they have a whole schedule here. I'm not going to go through this entirely, but the schedule is out. June 15th is the start date. So they have all this information on here. Honestly, I'm going to take this weekend to really do a deep dive through all of this. I already have some projects in mind that I plan to participate in the crowd loan, but I'm going to have to really take some time this weekend to look into this. So it's finally here. Super exciting. Yeah, I'm just glad that we're finally here with the auctions. Let's go ahead and move forward. So before I get into, actually, no, let's go ahead and get into this comment. So
let's do it.
So as I mentioned earlier when we start, we also had a comment from Earl. And so I'm not going to read all of these dissertations that he commented here, but I will just read this this first piece here. Since the inception of Cardano, Charles has created a wallet with coins you can't do anything with. I sold my Cardano for Matic at 33 cents. Matic staking is 15% and can do so much with that. No regrets. So here's the thing, Earl. I'm not going to even get super deep into this. Congratulations. Awesome. Matic, fantastic project. We have seen profits with Matic as well. If you prefer Matic over Cardano, go for it. We love that you feel confident in that decision. However, just for me, and I'll let you chime in here, Creole, my whole perspective is let's see what's around in 5 years. There's, and not to say that Matic won't be around, right? But again, specifically with Cardano, I have a very much so a 5 to 10 plus year outlook when I think of Cardano. It is long term for me. So as I've said in the past, all this Ethereum, Solana, Binance Smart Chain, great. If you love that project, fantastic. But as I've said and will continue to say, let's revisit these conversations in 5 years. And just another thing, because my buddy Earl here, he kind of goes on these tangents saying why Matic is better, and Charles will be still stringing us along with vaporware in 5 years. So two things. What has Cardano and the IOHK team not delivered on?
You can't name one thing.
Name one thing that they have not delivered on.
According to the roadmap, you can't.
Through Byron, through Shelley, going through working on Alonzo right now, like the work is here. This whole rhetoric and this whole narrative about Charles hasn't done anything. First off, Charles isn't Cardano. Can we just say that? Like I'm getting it's just getting so played out. It's so old. Everybody wants to say, well, Charles isn't delivering, and what is Charles? Da 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 da. Y'all realize that this is a full-blown professional team of engineers, scholars, scientists. These are professionals, right? This is a whole company, right? It's just so weird and just it's corny at this point how people keep saying that Charles isn't delivering when time after time Cardano, the IOHK team, delivers day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. It may not be happening to your timeline, but it is happening. The work is there. I don't get it. It's just so played out at this point. And let me say one more thing. The fact that you have to come onto someone else's platform, someone else's YouTube, and shill your coin is like a telltale sign that you just got here. You're obviously new and fresh to this space, because let me tell you, OGs, we don't move in this way. If you have confidence in Matic, cool, go for it. But you will never see me going onto somebody else's YouTube channel or going into somebody else's comments shilling Cardano, because I know what it is.
Now, did you read his response to my reply?
No, I didn't read it.
I kind of want to get into that. And Victor, I hope you're still listening, because this will paint more color why we are more bullish on Polkadot and Cardano than Ethereum.
I mean, which comment do you even want me to read? My dude left whole dissertations.
So I'll just jump in right here. So one thing we want our audience to know is that during this time, historically, up until the end of December, we are in a crypto bull market. Each market happens in a 4-year period. So we're at the tail end of a 4 Usually in a bull market, you see 10, 100, 1,000 X's as people adopt cryptocurrency more and more. So one thing you have to know during this time, as you're listening to people on YouTube, as you're listening to podcasts, as you're reading comments on YouTube channels, is that everyone is a genius during a bull market.
Facts. Everyone's a genius.
That. Everyone is a genius who has an opinion during the bull market, because in a cryptocurrency bull market, most coins triple, quadruple, 10, 100x. You even see that with coins like Dogecoin and Shibu, and I can't even say the word right now. I've been drinking so much, so bear with me. So a couple things that I wanted to point out that this person, or Earl, replied. And again, as you're reading comments, I want our community to know and understand, okay, this person is new to the market. Okay, what he said, this person is more seasoned and experienced. One thing he said is that he traded all of his Cardano position into Matic. Now, Matic is a very good project. We've invested in Matic. We've seen a lot of gains in Matic. But Matic Polygon is a second layer solution on top of Ethereum, okay? You never want to sell your base layer position for a second layer position unless you are a seasoned trader. Okay, why? Because right now, on all of your profits, you are paying taxes. So let's just say you 10x in your Cardano holding and you trade it all for Matic. You've got to pay capital gain taxes. And the way Earl talks makes me believe that he is a new investor. So he's going to pay the highest percentage in capital gain taxes. So it's our view as Untwisting the Game, and what we're telling our community in our Discord is, don't make major trades right now, right? You want to let this bull market play out before you make major trades between crypto to crypto, unless you are a resident in the state of Wyoming. If you are a resident in the state of Wyoming, you can make crypto to crypto trades without paying capital gains tax. So again, that's a Republican state. So it's our experience from the last bull run. Right now, you don't want to trade crypto to crypto. Right now, you only want to add to your positions, your current positions. And at the end of the year, and by December, we're going to know if this is a normal market or if it's a super market, okay, a super cycle. So stay tuned with this channel. We're going to let you know if it's a normal market, normal cycle, or a super cycle. But towards the end of the year, you're going to want to sell all of your coins that have lost the most value so you can write those off of your taxes. So a couple of points in this comment that makes me believe this person is new. Again, he traded all of his Cardano for Matic. Now, if Michelle and I were to do that, we would have a 7-figure tax bill, right? So we're a little bit more financially astute when we're making trades, okay? Again, if you are investing in any type of Ethereum second layer solution, we want you to be cautious. Why? Because there has been many iterations of the Ethereum trajectory, of the Ethereum ethos. So right now, you want to start investing in base layer solutions, in relay chains, and in main chains, because we don't know where this market is going to go yet. And I'll kind of leave it at that. I could talk for 2 hours about this guy's comment or lady's comment, but I just want to leave it at that. Just be wary. You want to start investing right now in projects that are going to be here for the next 100 years. And I don't know Matic will be significant in 100 years when Ethereum 2.0 finally releases.
You know, one thing that I find with people who talk down on Cardano is that they never have a valid argument. I've seen this time after time after time. And
You're right.
and I'll mention crypto banter here because crypto banter, I can't remember his name, but he has guests on, and they have these discussions, and every time Cardano comes up, there's always that one person, instead of having a valid argument against Cardano, all they have is an insult, right? And this is how you can tell people are full of BS. And I saw it today on Crypto Banter's episode. There was a man on there, and he was just, again, spewing insult after insult, clever remark after clever remark regarding Cardano, but not one time did he say something of substance in regard to his argument against Cardano. And we see that again here. The only thing I hear people say against Cardano is, where are the smart contracts? That is it. That is it.
Well,
and soon enough, you will not even be able to use that. And we're going to go to an article here in a second so you can maybe catch up on what all Cardano has cooking up, because it's always clear when people are not informed on the progress that IOHK is making.
Right.
Again,
you hit it right on the head. Because people who aren't in tune and engaged in the Cardano community, they don't see all of the evidence and all of the improvements in the ecosystem. Because one thing's for sure, Cardano, Charles is very vocal and out there on social media, so the people who follow him see where the project is going. So that's why we have been Cardano bulls since 2017, because Charles keeps us informed in the project.
right. And we'll move on, but I actually encourage everyone to just go to my dude Earl's comment here. Hopefully you're watching, Earl. I told you to to tune in tonight because we would have a response for you. Again, if you have an opinion on something, great, fantastic. But on this channel, we will address this stuff when you come onto our YouTube and start shilling your coins. And we had an example of this a few weeks ago with Hedera Hashgraph, and I'm like, bro, wow, why are you so aggressive? I love that you love Hedera Hashgraph. I love that. I love that you love Matic, but it's just super weird. It's getting really weird when people start coming onto your channel and shilling these coins. Like, I have nothing against Matic. But
right.
obviously you have something against Cardano, which is really is corny. Go ahead.
And that's what's really odd. Here on Untwisting the Game, we give news and updates on multiple projects. And out of all the projects that we cover, Cardano gets the most hate. And I really don't understand it, because when you step back and look at all of the blockchain projects, and I'll even throw Bitcoin in the mix, Cardano has the most academically reviewed thesis, academically reviewed papers. So it's really odd for people to attack Cardano when time and time after again it has proved itself. And it will continue to prove itself.
Time again. Right. It will continue to prove its... I just even hate saying that because the work is there, the results are there, the flawless execution is there. And if you don't see it, then you just don't want to see it. You just want something to hate on. You want to feel emotional about a particular coin. And it's really weird. It's played out and it's corny. Moving on. Let's get into some Cardano with that, right? Okay. So this was an article June 7th, 2021. Okay. We are currently in the early testnet phase on the way to Alonzo hard fork, which will bring full smart contract capability to Cardano. This process is highly complex, requiring the steady upgrade of the different elements which make up the Cardano platform and their careful integration and testing. So it is a good time to revisit these components, explain some of the terminology, and discover how they interact with the platform stack. Okay, so that's just a little bit of context of what I really want to focus on here. So let me go down to here because this is what really caught my eye here. And again, like people who don't stay up to date, who don't actually do research, they don't know about this kind of stuff, right? Looking forward, with smart contracts coming to Cardano soon, this means that Plutus, the native smart contract language, and other smart contract development languages like Marlowe for finance and Glow for dApps will be integrated into the Cardano stack. IOG's engineers will provide new and extended components to compile Plutus, Marlowe, and Glow scripts, submit them on chain, and interact with them. So again, IOHK, what they're building here is just a symphony. Figure 2, Plutus, Marlowe, Glow, Solidity, and Gela can all be used to write Cardano smart contracts. The Alonzo protocol upgrade will build on recent token upgrades and is being deployed to the mainnet via several testnets. Our Plutus partners and Plutus pioneers will help us to test Plutus Core and will be part of the user acceptance phase before mainnet deployment. But again, this is all vaporware, right? According to Earl. Like you can't make this stuff up. It's just it. All right, y'all. That's it for the tab for the tabs. Those are the topics. I do want to hop back to kind of why we're in this space and hop back.
Let's do that.
Yeah. And then we'll close it out because we've been streaming for a while. I think this might be our longest stream. So
we've been drinking for a while.
So as Just Know said, and I said that we would come back to this, Just Know said earlier, I'm holding my USDT right now, waiting for BTC to break 40K, then I'll deploy and buy. So I just I thought that was kind of interesting, as knowing that we were going to kind of touch on why we're in this space, knowing our why, right? Because I found myself, kind of being reflective during this past week. Because I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I've hit up Creole and I was like, man, do you really think we're about to enter a bear market? Is this the beginning of a bear market? And it took me a minute to realize that it doesn't matter if we are or aren't entering a bear market. And let me explain more. If you've watched the other videos on our channel, I did a video on why I invest in Bitcoin, and there's a section.
That was a good video.
What?
That was a good video.
Yeah, definitely encourage y'all to go and watch it. Because in that video, there's a section where I talk about where I experienced, really for the first time, the hit, the just the I don't know how to explain it, just that hit of the bear market in 2018. I had never experienced it before, okay? So that was the first time I saw my money plummet that I had invested into the market. And so during 2018, going in 2019, I really had to press the reset button and build back up my confidence, right? Because it's not easy. It's not easy seeing your portfolio cut in half. So that kind of leads into one of the biggest regrets that I have today. The biggest regret that I have today is not going as hard as I could have gone in the crypto market back in 2018 and the first half of 2019. I woke up to the realization of how important, how life-changing this market was kind of the latter half of 2019, probably the second half of 2019. But before that, it was so hard for me to build that trust and confidence back into the market. I had to go back to the books. I had to learn more. I will always give the modern investor his props. He kept me in this market back in 2018 and 2019. Charles Hoskinson kept me in this market during that time. Crypto Tips, Heidi kept me in this market back in 2018 because it was tough, right, to experience that for the first time. But again, my biggest regret was not putting more into the market that I could have put into the market if I had just really dug deep and just put all of my energy into crypto. I would have even a lot more than what I have now. But
And I agree with that. And one thing we want our listeners to know is that right now we are in a bull market, and that eventually the music will stop. Okay, so what makes you a millionaire? The difference is that you keep investing in the market.
You keep dancing
right
when
now
the music starts, when the music stops.
You keep dancing when the music starts, because at the end of the day, this blockchain technology is superior more than anything else on the market right now. So there will be people probably towards the end of the year that take their profits and put it back into the dollar, put it back into the euro, put it back into the peso, put it back into whatever fiat currency of their nationality. But what you have to realize is that it comes full circle every cycle. So every time you see a 50%, 30%, 60%, 80% dip, keep dollar cost averaging into the market, and
Period.
you will be a millionaire.
Period.
Not financial advice.
Right. Not financial advice. But yes, when the music stops in crypto, you have to keep dancing. And that leads up to now, in the time that we're in. A lot of us see our portfolios cut in half, but guess what? I'm still going ham. I don't care if we're in this capitulation phase or the beginning of the bear market. If this happens for the next 2 weeks, the next 2 months, or the next 2 years, I don't care. I'm still going to be going hard in this market because I know now more than I did back in 2018. I know where this is going. It's not a matter of if when, but I know where it's going, and I don't care that my portfolio is cut in half right now. Y'all, we are in the midst of a once in a lifetime, really once in 10 lifetimes opportunity right now. This is where you can change your life, and not only your life, but the lives in the future generations of you, right? Your future generations, the generational wealth, it starts right now. So while some people, and rightfully so, if this is your take, if you want to wait for that confirmation up before you start putting money back into the market or whatever, go for it if that is what is for you. But I'm telling you now, for me, and looking back on 2018 and the first half of 2019, I'm not lifting my foot off the gas pedal. I'm not. I'm not a trader, right? I'm not a trader. I'm a long-term investor, and I'm here to make generational wealth. I'm here to retire at 35, not 65.
Wow.
I'm here to make sure my parents are good, to make sure my grandparents are good, to make sure the future generations of this family are good. I don't care about a quick buck. And like Earl was saying, Matic is the best performing, it has the highest return in 6 months. I don't care about that. I'm thinking about the next 6 years.
Okay, we got a comment below by Billy Elliott. Says, hi, lady. Hi, gang. What's the Cryac? Not sure about that. I'm farming Titan and Matic on Polycat for 5% compounded daily. Get some NFA. So let's talk about Matic right now. And Michelle, jump in here anytime you want. Again, bear with us. It's a Friday and we're feeling good. Life is good. But as far as ERC20 Ethereum tokens, I'm not too bullish on them. Out of all the ERC20 tokens, I am most bullish on Matic. So as far as Titan, I'm not too familiar with that project. Michelle, are you? 5% compounded daily. That's a nice return. But if you look at the Polkadot ecosystem right now, 5% return is a laugh. I'm getting probably 3 or 4 times that with Darwinia. I'm getting almost 3 times that with Polkadot coin itself. Kraken is paying 12% of Kusama right now. So if you are new to the space, Billy, what I am telling you, and as, again, not financial advice, but as a new person to this space, you are halfway through the bull market. So right now, all money that you want to put into the system should be base layer solutions. Matic is a second layer solution. Matic will increase quite a lot. I do believe that. But Matic is a second layer solution to Ethereum. What I want you to do is look at the Polkadot ecosystem. What I want you to do is look at the Cardano ecosystem. Invest in base layer solutions right now, because we have 1 or 2 more pumps before the music stops, unless it's a super cycle. Oh, okay. So he says Titan is a stable coin. You misunderstood 5% daily compounded. Okay.
Mm.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, yeah, we'll look
daily
into it.
compounded. Okay, that's a different story. I will say that as you're looking at stable coins compared to a coin like Matic, that compounded daily interest won't last long. I've been in liquidity pools and compounding pools before, and I've been promised 500, 300,000, or not 300,000, 300% interest. Okay, he keeps on commenting here. I'm just going to read the next comment. I have my dot Matic chain link ETH BTC. I have 2,000 dot. I got 500x off ADA. I'm in it to win it. OG since 2017. That's what's up, Billy.
Bet.
That's what's up.
Bet.
And good for you. So this is very good. I would tell you, hold on to your dot, because your dot is going to allow you to auction parachains. Hold on to your ADA. In it to win it, OG since 2017. So again, he's in it to win it. So if you've been in this industry for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, you're in it to win it because you've seen the wild swings. You've seen the ups and downs. And Billy gets it. So I'm actually going to look into Titan Matic and Polycat for 5% right now. But again, those daily percentages, they fluctuate quite a bit. Right now, I'm focused on about a handful of coins because I know the music will stop any moment now, unless it's a super cycle.
Right.
Yeah, get the gas. Yes, that's right. Get the money, get the liquidity pools, get the DeFi, because right now these percentages are crazy. So I'm going to have to look into that. I'm not too familiar with that liquidity pool.
Yeah, we'll look into that.
Hey, Bill, join the Discord.
Yeah,
I
join the
know what
Discord.
you're investing in.
Yeah, Billy, we'd love to have you in the Discord. We'd love to hear more about what you're doing with this 5% daily compounded. We've already had somebody join recently. Moda, so glad to have you. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, Billy, come and hop in the Discord. All right, y'all.
I think we've been streaming for 2 hours now.
Yeah, it's dark outside.
Drinking entire time.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, y'all. So that's it. So before Creole started talking about Matic, I was giving you this like heartfelt story, and you know what I'm saying? But basically what my whole point in bringing that up is, start thinking about, why are you here? Are you here because you want to make a quick buck? If you want to make a quick buck, great. Acknowledge that, lean into that. If you're here because you want to build a better life for yourself, for your family, for your future generations, if you want to make life-changing wealth, then know that and lean into that and know the difference between those two, right? Know why you're here. You got to know why you're here, because it's in these times when the market goes down 50%. It's why you keep dancing when it seems like the music has stopped. Okay? Madman, thank you for joining. Christopher, great informative show. I'll take your advice about price into consideration. Have a good weekend. The drinking has already started, so you're a third of the way there. Thanks for stopping by, Christopher. Yes, we're really glad to have you. And if you're not in the Discord, go ahead and hop in this Discord too. Billy Elliott, please run a test for 24 hours. I'm not sure what that's.
Yeah, I think he's talking about that Matic liquidity pool. We'll run that test.
Okay, yeah. We'll look into it. Billy, life is a test. Let's fail big if we're gonna fail.
Amen. I like Billy. Christopher, we met some nice people joining the chat today. Thank you for that. Because all we want to do is just network with people, because it's all about what you know and the people you know. So I think you'll find great value in the Discord, because we follow a lot of Discord, and nobody is touching our crypto meme page. I'll say that. We've got memes.
Oh, yeah. All right, y'all. So I'm going to play a little bit of this music. If you stuck around this entire time, wow, you're a champ. Because this is definitely the longest live we have ever done. So subscribe, like the video, I already said subscribe. Join the Discord, hit me up on Instagram, and that's it. Anything else, Creole? You have anything else to say?
Man, all I have to say is we actually love everyone that is listening. Please connect with us personally on Discord. All of this YouTube stuff is new, so we're just trying to figure out our tribe, our audience, and we'll all be millionaires. Just stick with it.
And not only, multi-millionaires. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. If you're listening to this stream and actually investing in crypto, you will be a millionaire.
Yep. Just keep the faith. Keep dancing.
Amen.
All right,
let me go pay some attention to my wife right now.
Yeah.
She's been working hard opening this cafe in Santa Monica, so she deserves everything.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining the stream, Creole, and I'll get that Darwinia video out.
Finally.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you. I'm going to turn this music up a little bit as we exit. And have a fantastic Friday and a great weekend.
Peace.